He's got over $75 million in cash.
If we're not gone forever, after you make your—
Hi, welcome back to English Recaps. Today, I'm going to explain action thriller movie called Triple Frontier. Watch out and must drop like on this video for more movies. The
of being a warrior.
film starts with a buzzing sound of a police helicopter arising through the rustic piece of South America, Santiago. A shrewdness sharpshooter cop has a mission to consent to find and chase a portion of the medication master crew concealing in the grim condo. And furthermore to get some data about Gabriel Martin Loria, their rich chief with that he cocks weapon. Tosses a chute that tears through the refuge of Gloria crew. Then Santiago and his equipped cops get some of Loria individuals with the police scary and undermining them to crush out the data about Loria whereabouts. At last one of the detainees ended his quietness, saying their supervisor was concealing some place in the wilderness since he has no faith in banks, so it is a figuring out code that perhaps Loria is concealing his abundance in his home. The other hostage detainees are being held by the furnished cop until a lady loosens up from her chain and escapes from the hands of the police. Santiago and his group run as quick as possible to get the lady, but she's too fast and is able to lose her trail. The woman who escaped is actually Santiago's informant. They have a deal wherein he is to free the informant's brother in prison in exchange for spilling L'Oreal location and his money since she works for him. By delivering vans full of cash to L'Oreal house in the jungle. She said that Loria hides his money in the wilderness only to emphasize that the house is the safe. She also advises Santiago, a man she has feelings for, that his team
Completing a mission with our flag on my shoulder
is a traitor and they're watching his tail. After knowing this, he devises a plan to create a trusted team for the heist and make Laura pay. With the first person on his mind, he meets with retired Captain William Miller, planning to lure Red Fly aka Tom for their mission. And so he tracks down his old pal next. Red Fly, a former armed officer but now a realtor with a complicated family relationship and financial issues. Red Fly, along with Santiago, drives his daughter Tess to school. Santiago discusses the plan of talking to the agency and making a deal that they will keep 25% of any money they seize. He estimates that there are $75 million in cash in Loria's safe house, which is a lot of money to swim with. He had always been planning seriously on the mission to heist Loria money. He even got a lawyer and trusted agents to back them up, but Red Fly is unsure whether to join them due to its risks. After the encounter with Red Fly, he offers Benny and Catfish to join their heist since he knows that he cannot do this without such strong cunning and trusted agents. Throughout Benny's fighting match, Red Fly surprises them with his sudden appearance. He then discusses their entry plan. First, he already made them passports. Second, they will go through immigration as powerline consultants. Lastly, they'll be like maniac ghosts since there are no facial recognition cameras in the area. Hearing the plan, Red Fly finally decides to join their money heist, and so the team drives to the jungle up to Loria's chateau to review, conceal in the shrub, and break down their conceivable outcomes to enter and jump all over the opportunity. They find that Loria family goes to chapel each Sunday and sends 3 watchmen to the 6 a.m. assistance. When they get back, he then sends the remainder of his group alongside his family to get into the town and have mass, which just leaves him in the 3 watchmen of the house. He is reluctant to leave his cash in his children, so he sends large numbers of them. Following that, their come-up plan moves along as expected, and they see Santiago's source in the van, who the group believes is delightful, prodding him a smidgen and expecting their heartfelt fondness. The witness then, at that point, encounters Loria to sign a shipment sometime thereafter. While the cash heist pack is resting and drinking their loggers, something comes up. They begin to uncertainty the mission and find that Santiago outlined them, however not as a disloyalty or self-thought process plan. They understand that what they're doing is unlawful in a cash heist. With no reinforcement, Santiago just cravings to take Loria cash, to be rich and take what they merit, something other than capturing and getting detainees without such fair notice and appreciation as they fix and thump up the treacheries. In the meantime, Santiago and the source had a stealthy gathering. He offers something final to his lovely source, and that is to get him an additional van into the compound on a Sunday morning. He wants that van inside the entryway and vows to pay the witness $2 million as an impetus to free her sibling. The Western cash heist posse shows up on a blustery Sunday morning where they first conceal in the bramble. The witness then, at that point, effectively enters her van inside the door, where the group is anxious to push through the arrangement. On a stormy morning, Benny comes to examine and open the entryway. Seeing this, the source then, at that point, leaves them with their main goal. The cash heist game goes inside the manor and wanders around when they see a portion of Gloria's outfitted gatekeepers. They rapidly kill them like cockroaches. They professionally shoot them down, cocking and blasting their guns, raiding and capturing some of his people. Along the way they were also trying to trace and search Gloria, but he was not yet to be seen, following that they need to secure and hope that everyone is shut down so they can seize everything. Redfly orders his friends to come with him to the office as soon as possible. On the other hand, Santiago breaks down the flimsy paper-like wall. To their surprise, behind it is Gloria. Millions of money. It is true indeed that the house is the safe. With such exhilarating serotonin, they take their bags, seize any money they can get and quickly hide it in their van. They then scrape every flimsy wall to steal the money, with every scrape on the wall or excitement and an act of being too greedy, craving $1 million life. With their ravenous heist on the money, the time is running out, and they must pack their things before Gloria family and guards come home. But then, Redfly is too overpowered by his creed and wants to load more money, while Santiago is aiming for revenge on Gloria, a perpetrator of injustice, by wanting to burn his money, house and name while they were roaming and spreading the gasoline to burn down the house. A secret cabinet slowly creaked open to yet another surprise. Gloria is hiding there with his money and gun. He tries to aim his position and shower bullets in the room. Still, the money heist gang is so flexible and more attentive that one of them quickly shoots Gloria and kills him. Unfortunately, William, aka Ironhead, is hit by Gloria bullet. However, he is still in the game due to being solid and durable. They then kill the remaining guards and load up the fiery gasoline to burn the house. Grinningly, the fire quickly spreads out and they leave the mansion. Soon as they head out, the money heist gang sees Gloria family in a car. They let it slide, quickly drove and headed to the compound where a warring helicopter was waiting. As they are in a hurry, a tumultuous helicopter approaches and they need to store the £6,000 cash they've taken for a sum of $250 million in real money. Yet the helicopter can convey less pounds, so the weight issue is an issue. However, they can't simply leave $20 million on the runway, so they coexist with their taken fortune and offer to set things straight. They additionally drive the witness and her sibling someplace. Santiago gives them their visa to travel to Sydney, Australia, and $3 million to begin another life. He encourages the source to remain protected and away from South America, since they could kill her. He inclines toward his source that when they arrive at the air terminal, they ought to stop at a particular delivery organization and try to send the crates to the inn in Sydney. The two end their correspondence in a clashing farewell party. Unfortunately, the source never had some awareness of his name or where she will at any point see him again later. Their helicopter's boisterous and famous buzzing and shaking wake them up. They understand they're around midwinter walkway. It seems like getting away is more earnestly than taking Gloria cash. And after the mission blockades their fraternity dreams, the motor unexpectedly falters, leaving them no decision except for to dump a portion of their money packs, or probably they will kick the bucket. Ben attempts to pull the switch, yet it doesn't work. Benny then goes down for some time to jab the sack net of cashbacks, which shockingly works, yet it pays in peril. The helicopter then blends and crashes with most of them. They land someplace on a horticultural ranch, with their cash packs arriving in it, seeming like they couldn't get unfortunate. Another issue emerges with individuals living on the homestead, guaranteeing that they currently own the cash since it crashed on their territory. The cash heist game convinces them, yet Redfly has no chill. He is in a fury and showers projectiles that eliminate the ranchers and occupants who approach their cache. Individuals were shouting and restless to draw nearer to the posse due to what he had done. The occupants can only grieve over the bodies that have been killed on behalf of Redfly. Impulsive action. The gang then offers forgiveness to their community captain by giving some of their money and ordering him to send some cash to the grieving families. While walking with the mules they bought from the community captain, they see a young boy looking at them with a grinning vengeance. The father of that young boy had been caught in Redfly bullet shower and is grieving his father's death. The gang continues to escape and happens to pass by a forest and sleeps for just a night. The morning comes and they are bound to Rocky Mountain. One of their mules falls with their cash back due to the steep Rocky Mountain. Seeing the dangers of where they're going, they free their mules and can only bring themselves in their hundreds of cashbacks. With dawn falling on them, the shivering cold prompts them to burn some of their money to make a fire. As the morning comes with few cashbacks left, the sound of a gun surprises the whole gang. The guns ricochet through the rocks with no targets and showed to be a sign of threat to the gang. They quickly spread out to catch the hiding shooters and find out that one of them is a teenage boy holding and cocking his gun. Redfly locked his weapon on the teenage boy, holds his ground and unleashes a one-shot on the kid. It happens smoothly and feels like a victorious shot, ceasing the possible dangers, but then as he looks back he sees the kid that once looked at them with such vengeance blocking his aim on Red Fly, a man who had killed a dozen of his people. The young boy aims his gun and shoots straight at the target, but the boy is also shot down, resulting in a loud bang from Santiago's gun. Seeing that Red Fly aka Tom has been killed, his friends mourn and cry for him. They never expected that their friend along with this mission would be killed for what happens to them. Santiago, the gang leader, encourages them to continue with their plan because Red Fly deserves the money. His family merits the cash and they merit the cash, so with that they likewise bring Red Fly dead body and their money back. As they stroll to a blanketed mountain, they luckily have a reinforcement vote, yet they are 5 days late, contemplating whether the boat is as yet sitting tight for them. Benny leaves them for some time and takes the mission to go through the boat and examine a few routes, a basic methodology for their smooth getaway plan. He gets back to his companions and gives some data, letting them know that the boat actually hangs tight for them, which is a fortunate methodology. In the end, Benny didn't go to the town since there were a lot of outfitted kindergartens, and one of their foes took advantage of 20 vigorously furnished kids standing by to kill Santiago and the rest. Anyway, William meddles that he didn't go on this mission to kill youngsters, only for their cash freight he seeks. After a genuine talk with Santiago examining their own decisions and what their decisions have done subsequently to them, they have 100 cash sacks and need to let them go because they can't leave Red Fly dead body in the middle of nowhere. With that they eventually choose brotherhood in a bond. Within a strong friendship over money, they bring their money back and throw the rest of them into the cliff. As they approach a town with heavily armed teenagers, Benny looks for their boat with the rest secretly passing by the town. The heavily armed teenage boy passes by, but they don't have the intention of killing him. Santiago and his friends steal the kid's car and use it to easily go to the beach where Benny drives the boat, but as soon as they leave the kid, a group of teenagers riding in their car interferes. The gang is left with no choice but to shoot and drive furiously. A group of armed teenagers follows them, but the gang outwits them and finally heads to the beach. Santiago and his friends successfully go to the beach and find Benny. They exhaustingly sail away and prepares themselves to start a new life and live with the consequences of the choices that they've made. Subsequently, they might have left huge load of cash packs, however they brought everyone for them. They have just brought $5,334,210, and when they got 5 offers they have $1,066,824 each. The film closes with a legal counselor requiring their marks on an arrangement kept agreement for Red Fly family trust. Every one of them sign, albeit all they have accomplished for this mission could have finished nothing for them except for